You wake up every morning a little more dried out than you think, and after 60, that small morning mistake can quietly turn into brain fog, constipation, dizziness, and even falls. If you want to stay healthy and independent as you age, hit that subscribe button right now. We share simple, science-backed health tips like this every single day. Over the years, one pattern keeps showing up again and again. The people who feel better in the morning usually do not rely on fancy tricks. They do small things on purpose. Drinking water early is one of those habits, but only when you understand what it really does. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what happens inside your body when you drink water first thing in the morning, and the one mistake that can make it backfire. Now, before we continue, tell me your age and where you're watching from in the comments. This helps us understand who we're helping. Here's what most people get wrong. Drinking water first thing in the morning is not some magical detox hack. Your liver and kidneys already clean your blood all day and all night. Water does not replace those organs. It supports them. That is a big difference. So no, one glass of water will not flush toxins like a pressure washer. But yes, it can still help you in a very real way. Why? Because after 6 to 8 hours of sleep, you usually wake up a little low on fluid. You lose water by breathing, sweating, and using the bathroom. And older adults have a harder time catching up. A 2023 meta-analysis from the University of East Anglia found that about 24% of older adults had low intake dehydration. A 2019 study from UCLA also found that hydration markers in older adults were worse in the morning than in the afternoon, and up to 40% of adults over 65 may be chronically underhydrated. So the benefit is not magic. It is timing meeting a real need. That's the part most people miss. It's not morning water because the clock says 7 a.m. It's morning water because your body has been fasting from fluid all night. Think of it like a houseplant. You do not water it because morning is mystical. You water it because the soil is dry. Your body works the same way. Now let's count down the 5 biggest things that can happen when you drink water first thing in the morning, and why number 1 matters more than most people realize. Number 5, you refill the tank you drained overnight. Most people think they wake up exactly the same way they went to bed, but actually you wake up a little behind. Your mouth feels dry. Your urine is darker. Your head may feel heavy. Does that sound familiar? That is your body telling you the tank is not empty, but it is lower than you think. A 2019 study from UCLA found that older adults showed higher dehydration markers in the morning than later in the day. That matters because morning underhydration can make you feel slower, weaker, and less steady. Not because something dramatic happened overnight, but because small losses add up. And after 60, your thirst signal is not as loud as it used to be. Your body may need water even when your brain is not asking for it. Here's the thing. Morning water is like adding oil before driving a long trip. You do it early so the whole system runs smoother. It helps restore blood volume, which is the liquid part of your blood. It helps your muscles and nerves work better. It helps your mouth and throat feel less sticky. And it gives you a better start before coffee, breakfast, pills, or a morning walk. So how do you do this right? Keep it simple. Start with 8 to 12 ounces of plain water within 30 minutes of waking up. That is about 1 to 1.5 cups. Sit up first. Take slow swallows, not a fast chug. If you have a sensitive stomach, start with 4 to 6 ounces. If the water feels hard to tolerate, try cool water instead of ice cold. Then wait 10 minutes before eating. That gives your body time to absorb it without making you feel sloshy. And yes, food counts too. 1 medium orange gives you fluid. So does a cup of strawberries. A cup of plain yogurt also helps. If plain water feels boring, add a slice of lemon or a few cucumber rounds. Not sugary drink mix, not soda. Just make water easier to enjoy. But wait until you see number 4. Quick question. Have you experienced dry mouth, dark urine, or morning dizziness? Comment yes or no below. Number 4. It may help wake up your bowels. Most people think morning constipation is only about fiber, but actually fiber without enough fluid is like trying to sweep dust with a dry broom. It does not move well. Water helps soften stool and helps your colon move things along. Your colon is the last part of your gut, where stool is stored before you go to the bathroom. Ever notice how some people drink coffee and suddenly need the bathroom? Water can help in a gentler version of that same morning rhythm. After a dry night, your body is ready for movement. A warm drink, a short walk, and a glass of water can act like a soft knock on the bathroom door. Not forceful, just a signal. A 2024 study from Keio University found that low water intake disrupted gut balance and promoted constipation-related changes. That does not mean one glass cures constipation. Let me be clear. If you are eating very little fiber, sitting most of the day, or taking constipating medicines, water alone will not fix everything, but it can make the job easier. Here is the practical way to use it. Drink your 8 to 12 ounces of water after waking. Then move your body for 5 to 10 minutes. Walk around the kitchen, stretch your calves, roll your shoulders, then eat a breakfast that holds water and fiber together. A bowl of oatmeal made with milk or water works well. Add half a cup of berries or one small kiwi. Another good option is 1 cup of plain yogurt with 2 tablespoons of chia or ground flax and a sliced pear. What should you avoid? Do not expect a huge bathroom result if breakfast is only toast and coffee. And do not ignore the urge to go. If your body knocks, answer it. Holding it in trains your gut the wrong way. Give yourself 10 quiet minutes after breakfast. No rush, no straining. And if you go every other day, that may still be normal for you. The goal is comfort, not perfection. But wait until you see number 3, because this one can matter a lot if you ever feel unsteady when you stand up. Number 3, it can help with low morning blood pressure and dizziness. Most people think morning dizziness is just getting older. But actually, sometimes it is your blood pressure dropping when you stand. That is called orthostatic hypotension, which means your pressure falls when you rise up. When that happens, less blood reaches your brain for a moment. You may feel woozy, weak, or like the room moved. Now, water is not a cure for every kind of dizziness, but in some people, especially older adults, it can help. A 2022 study from the International University of Health and Welfare found that older adults had a much stronger blood pressure response after drinking water, especially cold water. In that study, the rise in systolic blood pressure with cold water was about 90% greater than with room temperature water in older adults. That is a big jump. Think of your circulation like a garden hose. When there is not enough pressure, the spray gets weak. Water helps add volume back into the system. And in some people, that extra volume can make standing feel easier. This is one reason some doctors tell people with low blood pressure to drink water before getting out and moving around. So what should you do if this sounds like you? Keep a glass or bottle near your bed or in the bathroom. Wake up. Sit first. Drink 8 to 16 ounces of water. Then give yourself a minute or two before standing fully. Move your feet, pump your ankles. Hold on to something stable if needed. If cool water feels fine, use cool water. Some people respond better to it. Food helps here too. A bowl of oatmeal with a banana gives water and potassium. Potassium is a mineral that helps muscles and nerves work. A cup of milk or a small bowl of broth with breakfast can also support hydration. If you sweat a lot, live in heat, or take water pills, those details matter even more. But do not guess if dizziness is severe. If you faint, feel chest pain, get short of breath, or notice a racing heartbeat, that is not a drink more water and hope moment. That is a medical visit. Still, for many people, a steady morning water habit can be one small tool that makes standing feel safer. And wait until you see number 2. Before we go further, if this is making sense so far, hit that like button. It tells me you want more videos like this. Number 2, it may clear some of that morning brain fog. Most people think foggy thinking means poor sleep alone, but actually, mild dehydration can also drag down attention. Not memory loss, not dementia, just that slow, fuzzy, unfocused feeling where everything takes more effort. Have you ever read the same sentence twice before it finally sticks? That can happen when your brain is running a little dry. Your brain needs steady blood flow and the right fluid balance to work well. When you are low on fluid, the brain has to work harder for simple tasks. It is like trying to run a blender with the lid half on. It still works, but not smoothly. A 2023 study from Penn State found that in adults, ages 47 to 70, between 29% and 39.1% were dehydrated at different check-ins. And the more dehydrated they were, the worse they performed on tasks that required sustained attention for 14 minutes. Penn State researchers also reported earlier that lower hydration levels in older women were linked with lower scores on tests involving attention and working memory. In plain English, hydration may not turn you into a genius, but being low on fluids can make normal thinking feel harder. So what does that mean for your morning? If you wake up foggy, do not start with 3 cups of coffee and no water. Coffee is not evil, but if water comes first, coffee usually works better. Drink water before your first cup. Then eat something with both fluid and protein. 1 scrambled egg with a slice of whole grain toast and half a grapefruit works. So does yogurt with berries. So does oatmeal and walnuts. Why protein? Because it gives you steadier energy than sugar alone. If you take morning medicine, water can help there too. Many pills go down better with a full glass. But always follow your doctor's directions, because some medicines have very specific rules. The big idea is simple. Do not ask your brain to perform before you give your body basic fuel. And that brings us to number one, which may be the most important effect of all. I'd love to hear your story. What made you click on this video today? Share in the comments. Number one, it can set the tone for your whole day, especially your bladder and urinary tract. Most people think one morning glass only matters for that moment. But actually, morning habits spill into the rest of the day. When you start with water, you are more likely to keep drinking, your urine stays lighter. Your bladder gets flushed more regularly, and that can matter more than you think, especially if you are someone who forgets to drink all day. A 2018 study from the University of Miami Miller School of Medicine found that women with frequent urinary tract infections who added 1.5 liters of water a day had about 47% fewer cystitis episodes over 12 months than those who did not. Their average number of infections dropped from 3.2 to 1.7. That is not a tiny difference. That is almost cutting the problem in half. Now, that study was about daily intake, not just one morning glass. And that is exactly the lesson. Morning water works best because it starts a chain reaction. One glass becomes two. Two becomes better urine flow. Better flow means less concentrated urine sitting around too long. Not magic, just better plumbing. Here's how to use that. Start with 8 to 12 ounces on waking. Then aim for another 8 ounces with breakfast. Keep water visible through the day. A bottle near your chair helps more than a bottle hidden in the fridge. Eat water-rich foods too. 1 cup of cucumber slices gives you fluid. So does watermelon. Soup counts. A bowl of vegetable soup at lunch can be a smart hydration move, especially if chewing is hard. And if you worry about running to the bathroom all day, I get it. Many older adults intentionally drink less because they fear leakage or waking at night, but drinking too little can irritate the bladder too. Concentrated urine is harsher. The smarter move is front-loading fluids earlier in the day. Drink more in the morning and afternoon, ease up a few hours before bed. That gives you hydration without as many nighttime trips. So yes, drinking water first thing in the morning can help. But not because it is a trendy ritual, because it makes the rest of your day more likely to go right. Now let's pump the brakes for a second. I'm not saying this to scare you, but drinking more water is not always better. If you have heart failure, advanced kidney disease, liver disease with fluid buildup, low sodium problems, or a doctor has told you to limit fluids, do not copy generic advice from the internet. Your safe amount may be very different. The same warning applies if you take diuretics, which are water pills, or if you take medicines that affect sodium. Chugging large amounts too fast can make some people nauseated. It can worsen reflux, and in rare cases, too much water can dilute sodium in the blood. That is called hyponatremia, or low blood sodium. It can be dangerous. You should also talk to a doctor if you have ongoing constipation, frequent UTIs, swelling in the legs, burning with urination, blood in the urine, dark urine all day, confusion, fainting, or sudden weight changes. Those are not just drink more water problems. Those are signs you may need a real checkup. And one more thing, if swallowing is hard, do not force large gulps. Take smaller sips. Use a straw if it helps. Or ask whether thickened fluids are safer for you. Safety first, always. So you're convinced, but thinking, how do I actually do this? Start easier than you think. Tonight, put a glass or bottle where you will see it in the morning. Not across the house. Right where your day begins. When you wake up, sit up, drink 8 ounces, and wait a few minutes. That is step 1. Step 2 is pairing. Attach water to something you already do. Water after brushing your teeth. Water before coffee. Water with morning pills if your doctor says that is okay. Habits stick better when they ride on top of other habits. You do not need discipline every day. You need a trigger. Step 3 is using food to help. If plain water is hard, build a hydrating breakfast. Oatmeal, yogurt, berries, melon, oranges, cucumbers, broth, and smoothies can all help. A budget-friendly option? Tap water in a reusable bottle, plus oatmeal and a banana. Cheap, simple, effective. If you are very sensitive to bathroom trips, start with 4 to 6 ounces, not 16. Build slowly over 1 to 2 weeks. Your bladder often adjusts better when you do not shock it. And if mornings are rushed, drink half before breakfast and half with breakfast. This does not have to be perfect to help. Look, there's a lot of noise out there. People will try to sell you detox drinks, miracle powders, and complicated morning routines. You do not need to overthink this. In many cases, your body is asking for something far simpler: a glass of water at the right time, done consistently. Start with just 8 ounces tomorrow morning. Notice your urine color, notice your energy, notice your bowels. Notice whether standing feels easier. Your body will tell you if it's working. If this helped you, hit that like button. And if you want more videos like this, make sure you're subscribed because we post new health tips every single day. Stay healthy, stay strong.